going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the first official episode of Relearning Manhood. You've already seen the title, so you know the vibes. So let's roll this intro and we'll jump straight into it. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how I overcome and master my insecurities. And we're going to be doing this in real time. So for the first time ever, I'm going to be open and transparent and talk about my insecurities for anybody to see. The purpose of this video is to kind of show you how I do it, to help you overcome and master your insecurities as well. So if you want to start like a YouTube channel, be more personable on social media, or just have more confidence in general, then this is the video for you. So let's go ahead and do this thing together. The best way to overcome and master our insecurities is simply by stop hiding them. We have to learn to get comfortable with ourselves and learn to love who we are, even if no one else does, right? So it's kind of like in our human nature to be liked and loved by as many people as possible. And one of the ways that we do this, we spend a tremendous amount of time, effort, and energy trying to lead with the things that we do like about ourselves while hiding the things that we don't like. This creates an unhealthy amount of stress and anxiety, and the best way to alleviate this stress is simply by stop hiding the things about yourself that you don't like. And honestly, I'm guilty of this myself, but I'm finally in a place where I'm learning to be and love my true authentic self. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the overcoming process together. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 insecurities that I have personally that in this video, I'm going to expose and stop hiding so that I can overcome and master them myself and use that as an example and a guide to help you guys moving forward. All right, so the first insecurity that I have is the shape of my head. So if you notice, I made this video without wearing a hat, exposing my head. Obviously, this is me no longer hiding one of my insecurities, right? So if you look, I have like dips or indentations on the side of my head, and it kind of happened when I was a kid. So depending on the angle that you look at me, my head kind of forms this cone shape or this point at the top, right? So growing up, I got called things like football head. I got called things like pea head or cone head. And those things was embedded in me as a kid. So I spent a large portion of my life hiding the shape of my head. Once I got older, I ended up growing my hair to hide the shape of my head. And then obviously as I got older, I ended up cutting the braids, wearing a low haircut, and was kind of embracing my head shape. But now I'm 100% bald, so there's nothing that I can hide my head shape. It's exposed. And what I would do, I would wear hats, right? Because, you know, most men, when they go bald, the first thing that they do, if they have a weird head shape, they wear hats. And that's what I would do. But it's to the point now where, you know, I'm overcoming that insecurity by putting it out there, by letting people know, by showing more of my head and, you know, just being comfortable with myself. That's who I am. That's how I look. And it is what it is. So when you see me, when you meet me, what you see is what you get, right? So I'm overcoming that insecurity by, you know, exposing it and just being comfortable and learn to love myself. This is my head shape. I can't change it. I can't do anything about it. It is what it is. And in my opinion, I think I'm still a handsome individual. I'm still that guy. So no more hiding. Obviously, in future videos, I will wear hats, but you know, I'm going to be comfortable with not wearing hats as well. So it's not going to be to the point where every video or every picture that I take on social media or any time that I'm out in public, I have to wear a hat because that's quote unquote what's comfortable. Let's move on to the second insecurity, and that is, if you can see, you know, I'm getting older. I'm 37, and I'm starting to have a few rays come through my beard. And sometimes I would dye it, and you know, it's to the point now where it is what it is. Sometimes, obviously, I still would dye it, but I'm to the point now where I feel like I don't have to dye it all the time when I'm in public or in front of the camera, right? So, you know, the gray is gonna show. It's a part of me. It's who I am. I'm getting older, wiser, and it's just a part of the growth process. So it's no reason or no need to continue to hide the grays or feel bad about, you know, maturing and getting older. Again, it is what it is. I'm just learning to love myself, embrace myself, and no longer hide the things that I don't like. All right, so let's move on to the third insecurity, and that is the fact that I am diagnosed with anxiety. That's something that I've been suffering with for over 10 years, right? And that's something that has been crippling me from doing the things that I actually love to do, which is one, get in front of the camera, speaking to people, as well as getting on stage and being a public speaker as well, right? So that's something that I've dealt with. And when I get anxiety, my adrenaline is so high that it becomes crippling to me to the point where sometimes I can't perform because it's just so much going on in my mind and so much going on in my body that it paralyzes me to the point where I can't function for a while. So sometimes when I would speak in public, I would have high adrenaline, and then the adrenaline will go down, and I will be able to continue my speech, and I would kill my speech, right? Because that's something that I'm passionate about. But there's also other times where my anxiety is so high and the adrenaline is so high, and for whatever reason, it just won't go down. So for those times and instances, I'm unable to perform. So I would get hired to go somewhere to do a speech, and I can't even do my speech simply because of what's going on with me internally. And I spent a large chunk of my life trying to hide that, trying to mask that, trying to be confident and comfortable, and figure out little small caveats to where I can hide the fact that that's something that I suffer from. And now moving forward, the way that I can master it is, one, is to continue to practice and get better and work on myself, and two, just put it out there and let people know. So if I get booked for a speaking engagement, or if I'm in a large crowd, then um, I'm just gonna let people know this is something that I suffer with. This is something that I deal with. So if I'm on stage getting ready to speak and my adrenaline is high, then they're going to have to just see that. Whatever that looks like, they're just gonna have to see it. And I'm gonna have to be comfortable with that, because that's, for me, part of the overcoming process, right? So spending a large amount of energy trying to hide something, that just makes it that much worse, and it cripples you that much more. So again, moving forward, when it comes to my anxiety, I'm letting people know. Like I haven't really mentioned this on a public platform before, but obviously here I am letting you guys know this is something that I suffer from. This is something that I deal with. And if I'm going to continue to be on YouTube, there are going to be moments that it may show. And instead of me trying to hide it, I'm putting it out there so that you guys know. And when you see it, you understand what's going on. All right. So let's go ahead and move to the fourth insecurity. And the fourth insecurity is the way that I speak, right? Now, you may not notice it, but it's something that I notice within myself. Maybe I'm being too critical on myself, or maybe it's something that is very noticeable. But I'm from the South, so I have this Southern drawl, I have this slower speech. And for me, sometimes it's very difficult for me to take my thoughts and put them into words, because I don't know if I'm an overthinker. I don't know if I get tongue tied or tongue twisted with my words. And as you can see throughout this video, I'm purposely going to leave a lot of the hiccups and mess ups in this video so that you can see it, right? So when I speak, I just have a difficult time processing. I feel like I am a great speaker. There's a lot of things that I can work on and get better, but I'm putting that out there, right? I'm letting you guys know that, sometimes speaking in general is very difficult for me. It's extremely difficult for me, especially when anxiety is involved. It's hard for me to perform at times. But the thing is, my passion for doing this is so great. What I love to do outweighs the fear of me doing it, and outweighs my issues. So instead of me letting my issues stop me from giving you guys quality content and giving you guys my true and authentic self, I choose to go against and fight against the things that are fighting against me, so that I can get in front of the camera or in front of you guys in public to give you the best version of myself, to give you knowledge, to help uplift and motivate, build, and encourage you guys. And, I'm finally to that place now where I'm no longer let fear control me. And I've honestly wanted to do this YouTube thing since 2015. And because of my insecurities, because of the way that I felt, or the way that I looked, or the way that I sound or how I pronounce my words. Those were the things that I allowed to cripple me. Those were the things that prevented me from getting to this point now. So I would start a channel and then quit. I would start a channel and then quit, start a channel and then quit. And honestly, even doing this now, being more confident is still very difficult for me, but I'm just going to keep pushing through because I feel like I have something of value to say. I'm very loving, I'm very compassionate, and I really want to bring something positive to the social media and YouTube space. So this is why I'm going against everything that are fighting against me to help give you guys the best version of myself. So with that being said, I just discussed the 4 insecurities in public in real time for you guys to see so that I no longer have to hide, right? And then something else, I don't always feel the best. I don't always feel like the best version of myself. So when I get on here on social media, on YouTube, don't expect me to be dressed the best or to look my best all the time. That's not what I'm going to do, because that's unnecessary pressure in itself, trying to get in front of people and looking perfect every single time. If that's what you're looking from me, don't even subscribe to this channel, because that's not what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to be my true, authentic self. I'm all feeling bad and I get in front of this camera, I may look bad because obviously we have up days and down days, and I'm going to always give it to you guys true, real, raw, and authentic. And if you got something from this video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Have a blessed day. Peace.